Oh my God, is that really real? I would just love you to like kind of expand a little bit more on what happened.
Well, it's kind of that's the mortifying chapter. It was just about a man I went out with that he wouldn't stop talking. You know, he was a man that had obviously had the surgery to lose weight. So the whole thing was weird. But at the end of the date, he just kept telling me story after story after story about these previous dates he had. And
wait, this is date one. He's telling you about dates he's been on.
Oh yeah,
post GI surgery.
Oh yes, and he's eating like just I mean, and I in the chapter I talk about the fact that I'm sitting there going, oh, I don't know, and he started talking about immediately he was in a boot, and in Colorado. Everyone's an Uber athlete here, so you see people in these boots, and their injuries and all this stuff. But he started to tell me about this, some kind of ulcer he had in his foot. And anyway, I mean,
Please
it was
don't
just
tell me. Did he show you? Did he physically?
He did not show me, but the last, so he kept telling me story after story about these dates and this and that. And the last story he told me was about a girl he went out with that she had 10 rum and cokes at dinner. I said, well, after 3, wouldn't you have kind of stopped her? Anyway,
Seriously?
she actually asked him to pick her up on their first date, which he did. Then they get to the restaurant, and then she has all these drinks, and then he says, I just decided, I was done. I was going to get her a cab, so I called her a cab, and then he went to the restroom, asked the waiter for the check, and he came back to the table, and the check wasn't there. And he said to the waiter, can I have a check? I had asked for my check. And the man said, well, I will give you your check as soon as she puts back everything that she just took off the table and put in her purse, right? So she had been stealing, And then, because she was so drunk, he had to escort her outside. And this is mortifying. I'm telling you, this is a mortifying story. He escorted her outside, waiting for the cab, and they got in his truck before the cab got there because she was so drunk she couldn't stand up, apparently. And he said he helped her in the car, went around the side, and the way he described it to me is it's mortifying. Again, this is a professional man. He was a vice president at a major telecom company in Colorado. And he said I got in the car, and what I didn't realize is either she had taken her panties off when she was standing there or she already had them off. And she started trying to make out with me, and then she tried to insert the stick shift. Oh, I'm not kidding you. This is my first date with this man. And I literally put my fork down, and I stood up, I got my purse, and I said, I'm done. I am just done. He's like, what? Is that too, I mean, this was post a story about his cat getting kicked by a burglar. And I mean, it's just like, it's a chapter. You have to read it because it's like, what? I left, I got my car, I called my brother because he's my, what the hell are you? And I just said, I don't think I'm meant for this world because I said, what, right. Who talks like, and he's like, oh, he calls him Jack to the asses or something like my brother does. But, and I was just crying, and I was like, this is horrific.